What's happening, everybody? It is Thursday night. It is time for Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay. I'm your one host, Vegas Jay.
Hi, I'm Philly Nay. How's everybody?
What's happening, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight on this wonderful Thursday night? As you can see, Nadine has a different backdrop today, so we'll get rid of that right away. Nay, where are you at today?
I am in New Jersey at my parents' house. My dad is in the hospital, so a little unplanned scene here, but that's where I am tonight. My dad's in the hospital, so I'm helping out my mom here. So.
All right, cool. We will send good vibes to your dad.
Thank you.
All right, at the top of every show, we do Jay's Tiki Talk, where I talk about a tiki mug and some rum that I'm drinking tonight. And tonight I am drinking out of one of my many zombie heads from Trader Sam's at either Disney World or Disneyland. And they are smart marketers. They keep changing the outer color and the inner color. So this one's got a green outer highlight with an orange inside glaze. And so all of us who are collectors have to have them all. So I'm up to 3 now. I'll take a little sip here and I'll tell you what I'm drinking. Tonight I'm drinking 10 cane rum. It is from Trinidad, and I like this rum. It's got a little bit different taste. It is very, very yummy. Not real potent, but I enjoy it from time to time, so that is my drink this evening. And I'm going to tell a funny story, apropos about nothing else, but I'm going to tell a funny story. So last season when I was filming Season 2, last summer I was filming Season 2 of Thrift Hunters, I had a herniated disc. And so in my downtime, I was on a lot of pain meds, going to a lot of therapy. And so one afternoon, I got home from therapy, took a quick shower, and then took a nap because I'm always beat up after therapy. And I woke up, and I was in a lot of pain. It was like about 5 p.m. So I took a pain pill. I'm laying on the couch, and I'm starting to yawn like I've never slept. I'm like, oh, my God, what's going on? So 5:30, I'm getting tired and more tired. 5:45, I can't keep my eyes open. I looked at my wife. I go, what the hell's happening? At that moment, it dawned on me, I did not take a pain pill. I took a sleeping pill. I took an Ambien, and once I realized that, I looked at my wife and went, see you in a few hours, and I went to sleep. So I tell you that story because Nadine might have a similar story to share with us.
Yeah, so last week before the show, I'm on a lot of medicine, and I had all my bottles lined up on the counter, which we're getting to in a minute. We're not doing that anymore. And I took what I thought was just my nerve medicine and my normal medicines that I take at night, and for my side effects with the surgery, and halfway through the show, I started getting very oddly tired, and I was wondering what was going on, and apparently I accidentally took a pill out of the wrong bottle, and I took a sleeping pill before the show. So for any of you who noticed that I was a little overly tired last week on air, it was a mix-up, and I took a sleeping pill before the show in front of an audience. So now I have the pill sorter. I am using my 7-day pill sorter again, and I would advise anyone who has a lot of medications to do that, just so that you avoid this situation. Unfortunately for me, it was in front of an audience.
So there is our explanation. We've all done it. I just happened to do it laying on my couch. Unfortunately, Nate did it in front of all of you guys, but when she realized it, we kind of laughed about it now. Of course, she didn't laugh about it, but
no, it wasn't too funny in front of
but we've all done it. I'm just sorry yours is a little bit more public, but we want to let everybody know that's what happened last week.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Before we jump into Nay's segment, let's talk about our contest tonight, because I know a lot of people are tuned in for our contest. We have 3 free passes to the eBay We Are 20 event in San Jose on September 10th and 11th to give away. Here's the deal. Throughout the show, you're going to see 5 words. You have to be watching, looking at your screen. And those 5 words will spell out a statement. And they're in order, so you don't got to figure out the statement. It's in order. And at the end of the show, you'll see the last word. When that is done, you have 1 hour to send us a message on our fan page. So go to the Thrifty Business with J&A fan page. If you haven't clicked like, you have to click like first, and then send us a message and tell us what the message was. Don't post it to the fan page, because then everyone can see it, thereby screwing up your chances to win one of these passes. So, that being said, here is word number 1. Now, I will not say word 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm only going to give you the heads up on word 1. You have to watch the rest of the show. There is word 1. All right? So pay attention to the rest of the show. You will see 4 more words throughout the show. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'll remind you to enter at the end of the show. All right, let's get into our normal practices. After we've done Tiki Time, we do Nate's breast cancer update and fact of the week.
So it's been a rough week. I mean, especially now with my dad in the hospital. I just had physical therapy yesterday and expansion. For those of you who don't know about the reconstruction process, that's part of it. It's very painful. Usually the day after my physical therapy, I'm in a lot of pain. So I am in a lot of pain today. And, you know, I got the news about my dad, and I had to kind of drop everything after my appointment and run up, you know, drive up an hour here so I'm a little sore today, a little more sore than usual, I think. But I'm doing okay. I am going to get my thyroid issue fixed looked at next week. I'm not sure. That's another thing that has to get addressed, and I need some more blood work and whatnot. And I'm still fighting, you know, insurance denials and the system and whatnot. And I still have insomnia every night. But other than that, I'm actually doing pretty well. So I guess I'll just go into my facts here. Every 19 seconds somewhere in the world, someone is diagnosed with breast cancer. And unfortunately, every 74 seconds somewhere in the world, someone dies from breast cancer. So those are the facts. So anyway, I'm doing well overall, though. So thank you for everyone's support.
And you're looking good, so that's all. That's what matters. I see a nice smile tonight.
Yes.
And by the way, you might see Nay a little fuzzy right now. She's at her parents' house. Not the best setup, so just be aware it's out of our control at this point. But we definitely want to bring the show. We have this great guest. We have this contest. So on with the show. The show must go on. And what's next? Our scores of the week. All right, so I will start with my scores. I got a couple here I want to share with you. And this score comes with a lesson, too. You get a bonus lesson in this score. People complain all the time that people make like really crummy offers when you have make offer, like half price. Well, I took a half price offer, and I was very happy. I bought this Samsonite briefcase for $5, and I thought it was worth about $100, and I put $150 on it, just kind of hoping. Just hoping. And somebody offered me $75, and I took it. So that was exactly half of what I was asking, and I had no qualms. I'm going to have a nice profit in my pocket, but I was shooting for the stars. So don't get mad when people only make you a half-price offer. They're just opening a dialogue with you. And had I had this listed, say it was a different item, and it was a $20 item, they offered me $10, and had it been listed for 2 years, I would have taken it. So, it's always business. It's never personal. Just, treat that as an opening talk in a dialogue, all right? So that was number 1. And hey, typing, you're going to have to type a little less. You are so loud.
I know, I'm on an old computer. So.
I know, but it's so loud. So unfortunately, you got to stop typing right now.
Okay.
And then I wanted to show you these. You saw these in a haul I did. I bought those expensive sexy boots, and I bought these awesome Doc Martens, and I sold them for $65, I do believe. I paid $10 for them. But I wanted to show you, besides being a cool score, these boots are made to be worn one of 2 ways, laced all the way up or folded over. So my assistant had done pictures either all the way up or all the way down. I said, hey, our first shot needs to be 1 up and 1 down. And that way, in that initial shot, the customer's looking, they can see, oh my gosh, I get 2 looks out of the same boot. So there's a little extra tip. I had bonus tips for both my scores tonight. There you go. All right, here is your first score, the Armani Exchange thingy-majiggy.
Thingy-majiggy? It's a dress.
Or a dress.
Yeah, So that was one that I remember distinctly. All of our dresses at my Goodwill are $8.99, and I remember that was half off. So there wasn't a bad deal on that for $4.50. I did take I put it up for $49.95, and I took an offer for it was up for a little while, so I took an offer for I forget, I think it was $35. It was a decent offer, so I was fine with that. I was hoping to get the 50 for it, but that was one of my bigger sales of the week because my sales haven't been they've been kind of in the $20 range consistently, or some of my sewing patterns for $10. So that was one of my better sales of the week. So.
And then your other awesome score, which I think is cool as hell.
Yeah, this was a good one. This one actually went to someone in France, and they paid the full $49.99, and they paid for priority shipping to France. So they paid an extra 30-something. They paid, I think, 82-something altogether to have it with shipping. And so I packed it very well, and it's off to France, and hopefully they'll be happy. I actually had 2 of these. I sold another one a while ago. It was a different. I think. Can you turn the first picture again? Can you go back to that? Yeah, that was the rabbit. I had the Mad Hatter one too. I think that was the other one that I had. It sold for less than this one actually, so I was happy with this sale. It just no best offer, just full price, and yeah. And I think I paid like $2 for it at my local Goodwill. So.
Nice. And I want to point out, here's another tip. All our scores have tips today. Notice how awesome Nay's picture looks because she's taking a picture of a white item on a black background. Always have black.
Yeah, when you have your white items, they pop that way. Absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely. Good job, Nay. All right, let me, you're on the screen here for a second. Let me pop over to our next, after we do our scores, we do our... our duds of the week. And by the way, your typing was driving the chat insane, so I'm sorry.
Okay, I won't be typing to anymore.
Nay cannot talk to you anymore today based on her setup.
I'm on my mom's old laptop, so.
All right, so my first dud is something I thought would be a little better based on it was a bigger size, but it didn't go so well, and I got an offer of $12, so I took it. It was this little sexy little lingerie number, little short nightgown, 2XL. It was kind of sexy, but nobody wanted it. I had it up for quite a while, and somebody offered me $12 today, and I knew it was only like 3 ounces to ship, so I was happy to take the $12 and move it out, The best thing to do is get your mistakes gone. Now, my other dud, I'm kind of shocked, and I don't know, maybe I'm just tainted by my childhood, but I love reading the Busy World of Richard Scarry books. I just thought they were awesome when I was a kid. And so I found Hilda the Hippo, made by Gunn, so a good brand of plush, and then new with tags, sold her tags on, and I got $15 for it. It's not a real big plush, it's small, but it sat in my store for over a year, and I got $15. So I was happy to see it move. I was kind of bummed, but again, I moved a dud. I actually made like $3 total, so at least it was a profit and not a loss. All right, you are one cool kitty.
Yeah, I've had this in my store for years, I think. I forgot I had it, actually. So speaking of children's clothing, this was a dud because, well, first of all, it was up for so long, and I think I originally had it for $14.99, and $9.99 with free shipping. I was happy to see it go. But my point is, like, some brands of children's clothing, like Children's Place, I don't usually touch anymore because they don't sell as well as some of the more boutique-y brands. So, it was an okay sale, but I still consider it a dud because it sat for so long.
And your other dud is?
Oh, yeah, maternity pants. Well, Old Navy, first of all, never. They're always pretty much duds for me. And then these are maternity pants. Maternity is kind of tricky, like kids' clothes. You have to have like the better brands of maternity clothing. So these, $11.99 free shipping. I was happy to see them go again. They just, they weren't anything spectacular, so they did not go at a good price.
And yeah, don't forget, we all have our duds, but as long as they go,
exactly.
So they bring some money in, even if it's a little bit of a loss.
Yeah, and I lowered these. Like, I had them up for, I think, $19.99, and I just lowered them to get rid of them. So.
Yep. Don't be married to something. Sometimes it's just gotta go. You gotta go, baby. Alrighty, we've done our scores, we've done our duds, and now. It is Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind. And mine, you might have heard, it's from Season 2 of Thrift Hunters, but one of my all-time favorites. I've been shopping at, like, garage sales, flea markets, whatever, since I was 6. So almost 40 years, 38 years. And we were filming at a flea market where my parents had a booth, and that was going to be part of the segment, going to see my parents. And we had permission to film the whole place. So we did not have to stop and ask specifically for permission in each booth. Everybody knew we were there to film. We could just film wherever we wanted. So we were walking, and the camera crew was kind of just following us, and we were bouncing in and out of booths. And I stopped in a booth, and I grabbed, this will play the part of what I grabbed, I grabbed 2 carved fish that would look kind of cool in a tiki bar. And the guy had 70 on them, and I said, hey, these are kind of cool. $40? And he said, 60. I said, 40? And I thought we'd settle at 50. I really did. I go, 40? He goes, 60. I'm like, come on, let's haggle a little bit. That's what flea markets are for. He goes, you ain't doing me any favors, and he took them out of my hand and put them back. Now, in all my years of haggling, ain't nobody taking it out of my hand and just basically said F off. I was just shocked. But the best part of the story, my mom and dad have seen him since, and he still has them for sale. Loser. You could have sold them. And he wouldn't sign the release. So even though he was on TV, his face was fuzzed out. So he looked like a schmuck, and his face was fuzzed out. So that's my close encounter of the week. Well, not of the week, but for this episode.
Okay. So mine has pictures to go with it. So the Philly AIDS thrift store that we always talk about has a sister store that Jason wants to go to next time he's in Philly.
It reminded me.
Well, anyway, are you getting up the pictures there?
Yes, I was confused. I thought these pictures were for your Thrifty Tip.
No, they're for my Thrifty Encounter.
Okay, my bad. All right, hang on a minute.
Okay, no problem.
I was all right. So here's picture number 1 coming right up.
So this store is very eclectic. It's got many levels. It's not nearly as big as the first store. So there's one level. They have like a lot. They have clothing. They have some like crazy kitschy items. They are in the section of the city that is legitimately called, I'm being politically correct here, it's called the Gayborhood. So it's more of a fun, kind of quirky, friendly section.
I'm going to pause you right there. Mm-hmm. It is actually called the Gayborhood. Yeah, when my wife tracked me on my iPhone to see where I was at one night when I was hanging out with Nadine, the iPhone said Jason's in the Gayborhood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what it is. Yeah. So anyway, this store is there. So it's more, it's quirky, it's fun, it's more of a laid back kind of fun area of the city. So anyway, so can you go to the next picture? Yep, hang on a quick second. Okay, next picture. Here we go. Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah, so they have a lot of vintage clothing, some books, some CDs, just a lot of just a mix of items, and it's fun. A lot of artwork on the walls. I think I have a picture of that as you go up the stairs. And there's just like a lot of stuff all over the place in this particular. Yeah, you go up the stairs and it's just lined with like artwork, and then the next level has artwork, and there's actually a bit of a risque section in the store too. Where
wait a minute, you didn't take me to the store and there's a risque section?
There's an 18.
That's it. Show's over. Show is over.
There is an 18+ section of the store, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, that's kind of sectioned off from everything else, but it's just a fun. So this is the whole point of my encounter. Among all of this going on are these signs, and it's just for a secret sale for meticulous sign readers. If a used item is 3 months old, you get 25% off. They date all their items on their tags, and if it's from today's, if it's 6 months old, you get 50% off. So you have to ask the cashier when you go up there. If you don't mention the secret sale, they don't do the secret sale. So I go up to the register, and I said, you know, just loud and proud, I said, so do I get the secret sale on these items? And he was like, and they take it very seriously apparently, because he was like, shh, we don't want everyone to know. It's just for the meticulous sign readers, you know. So it was kind of funny because he was trying to keep the secret a secret, you know. And I did get my meticulous sign reader sale, so I did get some good discounts on my items. So it's just kind of funny. If you read the signs, you get the rewards. If you don't read the signs, then you lose out.
And then May was opening her big mouth trying to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, so yeah, he was, I guess I said it a little too loudly, and he was, you know.
Very cool. Like, yeah, if I come back and we don't go to that store first, I'm never visiting again. All right.
Well, I'll take you right from the airport to that store.
All right. Time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. All right, mine's got a little bit of a visual here because I bought something super duper cool when I was in Cleveland last week, and I want to show you this item I bought. And here are the 3 most recent solds on eBay, and you're going to be like, well, why the hell are you showing us this, Jay? So this is some classical passages from the movie Fantasia by Walt Disney. And the album's last 3 sales were $4, $4, and I think that one was $6. And you're going to be like, well, why would you buy this? Now, the one I bought was $9. I did no research, and when I saw this research, it did not discourage me. I'm going to tell you why I bought mine for $9 and why I think mine is super cool. All right? So I found mine, like I said, for $9. It is still sealed, and you know it's the real seal, not resealed, because it has the Disneyland right on the cellophane. It's $1.98, all right? But here's why I think mine's worth a lot more than $9. They had a contest with Donald Duck to win a trip to Disneyland, and there is the contest flyer still in this record. That is freaking awesome. And I think with that I could get at least $50. I would so love to see what's on the other side, but I don't obviously want to break the seal. The seal is awesome. This is super cool. I looked all over the place. I looked at WorthPoint. I couldn't find that flyer, this record ever being sold sealed. This record's been sealed in somebody's house since the 60s. So that is a cool, cool find. So that is my thrifty tip. And the tip is, don't just assume because you look something up that everything's equal. Mine's way not equal to what you saw on eBay. So you got to get out of that mindset of, oh my God, they're only selling for $4. Okay, those are used open ones. This one has a cool, cool contest in it. So keep that in mind when you're out shopping.
Awesome.
All right, you're up.
Okay. So mine is just, especially if you don't have a lot of time while you're in the thrift store, which is my case a lot with, you know, my busy life and the kids and all. Make sure that you always look up, look down, and look behind. And especially, I know Jason's savers are a little more organized than my thrift stores out here. Like mine are kind of just cluttered. Like there's just stuff everywhere. So you just literally have to like I find a lot of gems like actually moving the front stuff and looking behind, looking underneath, and then bending down, looking at the bottom shelf, moving the stuff that's on top on the bottom shelf and looking under, you know, digging a little bit. And the same thing, look up. Like, you know, it's just it sounds like common sense, but it's easy to miss good stuff if you just like walk by the aisles and look, you know.
Yeah, that's my problem. I don't like bending over anymore. I'm too tall and my back's too messed up.
Oh, I get down on the floor. I don't care.
I will, but I don't last long anymore. I used to last hours. I just don't last long anymore.
Yeah, if you have back problems, it's hard, yeah.
All right, good tip. Now, you have got to be shipping me. And usually I show you something I got shipped to me in the mail that didn't do so well. I didn't have any of those this week. So I have an actual shipping tip. So I sold this cool little, this cool robe, and we shipped it out yesterday. And my assistant packed it up. Now, when he threw it in the box, when he went to grab a box, he didn't have the robe all just nice and tight. It was just the robe. So he grabbed a little bit bigger box than he needed, and when we went to weigh it, it was 3.1 pounds, and it was going international. And he was all done. He was all sealed. I go, we're not doing 3.1 pounds. And I showed him it was an extra $2.50. I go, we have to get that 0.1 pounds out of there. So I said, open it up and trim the inside flaps. Mm-hmm. And as he did that, I realized there was space in this box. And I go, why were you using such a big box? And he said, well, before I tightened it up, I thought this was the box we needed. I go, no, let's go find a box that's tight to the size of this robe. And he did. And that box with the robe was 2 pounds and 15 ounces. So I saved $2.50. So my tip is obviously have a variety of boxes, because if you can save yourself $2.50 on every international shipping, you'll be doing really, really good on your bottom line. Okay. And you are away.
So mine is another basic tip, but a lot of people might overlook it. Utilize the USPS, and this is kind of in correlation with our guest today. Use the USPS website as frequently as you can, and use it to your advantage, because we're lucky. I know our friend Christine in Canada, they don't get the free priority boxes and supplies. So take full advantage of that. Keep them on order them frequently. Get the priority labels. I get those stickers all the time for when I do have to use a brown box. If I can't find the priority box that fits just right, I use the stickers. And also you can use their Ship Now feature. So let's say that you have something, and you can do this through stamps or through PayPal too, but let's say that you left something out of a customer's box by accident, and you need to ship them a second box. You can, instead of having two labels in eBay or whatever platform you're shipping from, which could be confusing, you can actually just send it right from USPS, right from their website. So it's a good backup for shipping too.
Coolio. All right. And our last segment of the day. Our viewers' 2-minute topic of the week. And this week's question was submitted by Lisa Hardy. Thank you, Lisa, for submitting a question. How do you keep yourself from being distracted once you sit down to list? Kids, phone, dogs, cats, Facebook, email, rum, etc. I had a little bit there at the end. All right, so I'm going to get the timer in the corner here so everyone can see it. We will get Nadine off and running. And oh, why is my thing turning? Oh, wait a minute. Un momento. All right, and go.
I do get distracted. So there's my answer. It's hard not to, and I do have a busy life, and my kids, have to sometimes, they take priority. Other things in life, sometimes I'm listing and the dog needs to go out or whatever. That has to be done. So I kind of work around those things, and that and that's how I do it. So I do get distracted. Now I do try to turn off, like when I'm listing. I usually list at night. Well, now that I'm out of work, I've been listing during the day, but once I go back to work, it'll be back at night again. And I usually do try to turn off like the distractions, like Facebook and whatnot, and just get to listing. But it is easy to get distracted, and I absolutely do. It's hard to avoid. So I try to limit it, but life happens, and you just have to list around it.
All right, you came in a little short that time.
Yeah.
All right, let me back it up here so you can see me and it. Here we go. I, too, get distracted. Oh, I'm not even on the screen. I, too, get distracted quite a bit.
Yeah.
Facebook, my dogs. I have 2 elderly dogs. They need a lot of extra care. My wife, she works out of the house now, so we like to have lunch together. Things like that happen. And then I live in Vegas, and friends come to Vegas all the time. If you live in Poughkeepsie, nothing against Poughkeepsie, but you don't probably get as many visitors as I do here in Vegas. And so when friends call, I'm like, yeah, I'll be right there. Let's go. So, yes, you have to buckle down. You've got to figure out how to use your time. You've got to turn off Facebook. You've got to close it out. you got to get your listings done. Or you get an assistant like me. It costs you money, but he gets the listings done because that is his sole job, is to get the listings done. So then I can screw around on Facebook and go meet friends for cocktails at noon or do whatever. Yeah, in this day and age, you got to figure out how to stay away from distractions, or you'll never get any work done.
That's true.
All righty. All right, cool. All right, so one last thing. We have another show that we do not on a normal timed basis. It's when we can fit them in. Let me show you. We have Jay and Nay's Thrifty Halls. Thrift Halls, her Thrifty Halls. And we just did this one this week with Nay, so if you've not checked it out, please go check it out. We do them with guests. We do some with Nay, some with me. We're going to do a combo Jay and Nay coming up. And we're going to need another guest coming up, and I know a few people have been to our fan page and said, hey, I want to do it. So we will get you guys on very soon. I think as the year goes on, we get into fall and winter, and Nay's doing good, and the kids are in school. It'll be easier. Summer's a little hectic, plus with Nay's surgeries and stuff, it's a little more than normal. So do us a favor. Click thumbs up down below, and then subscribe to me over here. You'll let us know when we're having shows, and thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We've got a nice audience tonight. I see 142 of you watching, so thank you very much for tuning in live. I know some of you are tuning in live because you want to win. That's cool. And by the way, I didn't mention it, but the We Are 20 eBay event, yours truly is one of the people involved in the event. They're put a panel together of influential sellers on eBay, and I am one of them. So you will see me on stage, and I have the perfect shorts to wear, and you'll understand when you see them. Yes, they are thrifted. All right, so with all that being said, let us get our guest in here, because she is the bomb diggity. Tonight's guest is Nelli Karpinski. I had not read her name till right then, so let's bring Nelli on.
Hi.
It's Shirley Not Smith. There she is. What's happening, Nelli? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing real great, real great. I got my captain here.
Nice.
Listening to you guys, yeah.
Look at that. She's drinking rum, eh?
That's about as tiki as we get, along with Captain Morgan.
She's even got a Captain Morgan mug. Nice. So my one question I have to start is, are you done baking, and what am I getting from the oven?
You are actually getting enchiladas.
Oh, dinner. I thought it was going to be a treat. All right, cool.
Treats? No. Well, they know I've always got ice cream in the freezer, so.
I'm on my way.
I actually have an audience, but they're in the other room. I don't get it.
All right, Nate, do you want to give our intro to our guest?
Oh, sure. So, Nelli, we know that you work for the USPS, and I also know that you come from a family of thrifters and sellers, and you yourself sell on a couple platforms. And I was wondering if you could, go into that a little bit more and give us a little more details about that in your life and what you do at the post office at your job.
So yeah, let's talk about your thrifting first, because we have your scores and your duds. So we'll start with those.
Yeah, so we can do that first. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I started thrifting, actually really got into it after the Thrift Hunters were on.
Thanks.
But my husband and son started it way back when, surplus electronics and stuff like that. And then, of course, the son graduates and moves on, and, he's on his own now. So then me and Ray decided, well, let's just sell what we've got here. And he's more into arbitrage, watches, and gadgets and stuff like that, where I like the thrifty stuff, the toys and the games, anything kitschy.
Well, speaking of the toys, I love your score. So let's show your score, because I'm just like, what? All right, so your score is this Oscar the Grouch for $100.
Yes. There was the two puppets. I got them at a St. Vincent's we have out here in Goodwill, but this was at St. Vincent's, and bought them for $10. That was actually the first high dollar amount that I actually went ahead and if it didn't sell, I would have kept it. We love Sesame Street. But I put it up that night, and when I woke up in the morning, they were both sold to the same buyer. It was Oscar and Cookie Monster, I believe you got, maybe. Or did I just show you one?
Yeah, you showed us one.
Okay, yeah. So there was two. So they both, in the original boxes, I saw that, and I walked by, and I looked around, making sure nobody was by me, and I said, hey, that's it. That's my deal. I got to get that. So I like anything like that from the 70s, 60s, early 80s.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
And then on the other end of the extreme, we went from Oscar the Grouch to an arc welder.
Well, this was at garage sale, and I was thinking of my hubby, but evidently he's got them, or he says he's retired, so he's not using it at that kind of stuff anymore. So for $10 I bought it at the garage sale, sealed, new. It was laying around, and I thought, well, let's just put it up, and we did, and it sold about a week or so later, I think. And originally we wanted it to be picked up, but the guy said, well, can you mail it? And he paid for shipping. We said, sure. So that was good.
Nice. All right, let's talk about your duds, because I'm very sad about one of them. Let's go with the first one, this little doggy here.
Yeah. The stuffed animals have always been my downfall. And my daughter, when she was younger, she actually preferred stuffed animals to dolls. But I picked this one up. I mean, it was like $3 or $4, right? And I think he's cute. He's very long. You know, you can put your head right on there. But I've had him up a couple different times, and actually researched what we thought he was. I added that the next time I posted it, and he's still here. So I'm not sure what's wrong with him.
Might I suggest, oh,
that's a bad picture.
Do you have a nice backyard? You know, if you put him in like an environment, it might be a better picture than the couch, even though all our dogs are on the couch. But if you got some nice greenery out back,
yeah,
that would be my thought. All right, so here's the one I'm very sad by, on Spice Girls doll. Now, when you sent this to us, did you know I'm a Spice Girls fan, or did Nadine tell you that?
I knew it, but
okay.
I didn't really want to be mean, but I mean, hey, I can't get rid of her. I got all 5 actually. I collect celebrity Barbie dolls and stuff, so I always had them. I don't even remember how much I paid. Not even that much I paid for them, but I tried selling them as 5, 2 at a time, and then now I thought, well, let me put Posh back up just to see, and nothing.
I will tell you, being a huge Spice Girls fan, of the 5 girls, she's the one that can't sing. So they're probably going to go on tour without her. As sad as that is, I don't really care because she can't sing.
But they're all, this one's, what is this one? I don't even know what they are. Emma. I don't remember. Who is Emma?
Emma's Baby Spice.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but, I mean, yeah, I'll hang on to them, but I thought they would go.
Well, you know, if they do the tour, that they keep, one says they're doing it, one says they're not. If they do the tour, I think then you'll get some play on them for sure.
Wow. Because I know there was one on America's Got Talent, but.
Yeah, that's Scary Spice. That is Mel B, and then she got married, and she was Mel G, and then she got divorced. She went back to being Mel B. So yeah, I can give you dumb, nerdy Spice Girl trivia for days.
All right.
All right. So the reason that Nelli is on tonight, really, even though she's one of us, and we have all these questions for her, Nelli works at the post office. Yay! We love the post office. Anyone who complains in my group gets shut down quick because the post office is one of our partners in business. So if you don't like it, you got to figure out how to work with it. And I've always loved my postal employees. My carrier, Bob, who was my carrier for years, and they changed his route so sad. I loved Bob. So Nelli, what do you do at the post office?
I'm actually, they call me a postal service employee, but I am in charge of the post office. I go in the morning and distribute the mail, get it ready for the carrier, so when he comes in, he can sort his and go out on the route. Then I go back home, and then since they reduced us to a 4-hour office, I go back in the afternoon for the retail part. And then I also, you know, I keep the business going.
And how did we get you to be on the show, Nelli?
Boy, I made a little tiny comment on one of your shows, and Nadine just hopped right on there. I said something about, I think it was addressed to one of your shipping clues or something, I don't know. And I just read, I work at the post,
And the light bulb went on in my head, and I said, oh, there's a guest.
And then I actually got her one text. I was at Goodwill thrifting, and her message came, and she said, "Well, do you want to?" And I said, So I said, "Sure, sounds fine."
Cool. All right, so we got questions from our viewers. Thank you very much. I will go first. Number 1, does USPS approve the brown craft paper for covering boxes and packages?
Really. I mean, I've had packages in just regular gift wrap and stuff like that. As long as I don't refuse anything, I don't think it's against regulations. We just prefer that they're taped well, so the edges aren't going to get stuck on any roller system that they conveyor belt or something that they might go on. But I've actually recommended that a lot of times also. So no.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna do it, make it tight.
Right.
Don't make it all loose and sloppy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're like, my mom taught me how to wrap a gift, tight and neat. And when people get gifts from me, they're like, I've never seen a dude wrap a package so well. So you gotta do it tight and neat, or it's gonna get caught in the machines.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Nay, you're up.
Okay. What is your most common question for mailing out items?
How soon will it get there?
Okay, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, priority, it's easy to look up. We look it up right on the computer there, and you put in the zip code where you're at and zip code where it's going. If it's flat rate, it's instant. If it's some odd size, you put in dimensions. But I can tell you that it's always the best faith estimate is all of these priority 1 day, 2 day, 3 days that everybody's talking about. Technically, it should get there, if the moon aligns and there's no weather and the planes leave on time or the trucks leave on time. Like when Texas had all those rains and stuff, it's hard. And then the packages do sit. But yeah, we can let you know what the computer tells us. Give me a zip code, and I'll give you a good guess estimate on it.
Cool. All right. What is the biggest box you've ever received? Now, I don't know if you're gonna remember the exact size, but do people try to mail some gargantuan boxes that you guys won't accept?
I haven't yet, but we've got a car dealership auto repair thing that's up here, and I've had a car seat, an actual car seat. I mean, it's it's 70 pounds, but boy, does it look horrible when you try and put it in a box. So, yeah, we've actually had a bike delivered, and that was wrapped up, and it came through. So that was a couple of we get all kinds. And the ones that I always just amazed at is the ones that are, with the masking tape and all over it. But hey, it works. Oh.
Yep.
Okay, so the next question, it sounds like it's not actually a USPS question, but a general selling question. It sounds like you're in a small town. Do you have people bringing you things and asking you to sell for them, or do you offer you first choice to buy them?
No.
Okay.
Nobody has. We've got a lot of eBayers in town and from the area towns that love to have them, and I'll answer their questions. Yeah, but with all the eBay printing the labels and stuff, it's really pretty easy. And I cannot talk about my thrifting when I'm at work.
Right.
Yeah, got to keep your job separate.
Yeah.
Also hours. Yep.
All right, so I kind of got an answer for this. I'm gonna see what you say. I would like to know why, when I get a package returned to me that the USPS marks as damaged, that they don't claim the responsibility for damaging it. It wasn't dropped off at the post office damaged.
Well, no, it would have. Okay, there's two different things. When I get a package that looks like it's damaged, For our protection, we always put the damage or received in damaged condition or received without contents, and that's the way that we received it at your local post office. If it's already been marked damaged from somewhere else, that's at some other some other station. So we noted that it was damaged and that it arrived damaged, basically. But where it actually got damaged, yeah, we don't know.
And here's what I got to add to that. I would say 9 times out of 10, if your package is damaged, you did not pack it well enough. Trust me, I have been buying and selling online for 17 years, and I buy a ton. And I see the worst packed packages ever. Your item should not move. It should be secured in there with the right packing material. Yes, I have had one item damaged by the post office, and I packed it the way it should have been packed. Shit happens sometimes, but I would say 9 times out of 10, you've got to pack better.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And I'll get off my soapbox now. Okay, go ahead, Nate.
Okay, I agree with you on that, though. If a customer comes in and asks you to have asks if you have a specific size box for mailing and you don't have that size, what do you tell them?
So if it's a priority box, I can get it for him. Each priority or each postal service is supposed to have a good assortment of every kind that is available. Mm-hmm. We also have ready posts that we sell that are also different sizes. So if it's a size that I know that I can get from Ready Post or or they can get from USPS.com, we can order it and get it for them. And if they're a repeat customer, if they don't want to keep it there, we got to stock at the store. But you look around, find something that came in, or like Jason's little Amazon packages, reuse those. That's also okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. All right, and I know the answer to this, but we want to hear from an official. You being our official today. Can you use USPS priority boxes inside out and tape them back together for shipping another way besides priority? No. I think that's the answer. No.
No. And if you notice, they might all be out by now, but the priority boxes are also now labeled or printed priority on the inside of the box too, where before they weren't. So even if you flip it over, we know. Mm-hmm. I know there are postmasters or that evidently know the sizes of all these flat rates. I don't. I wouldn't waste my time trying to figure that out. But they're flat rate priority for a reason. It's a good deal. So try not to do that and find another way to mail it out. You could still mail something out priority, but not the other way around.
And the post office offers so many options. Typically, unless it's a very odd-shaped thing, you should be able to figure it out within a priority box, too. There's a lot of options. You just need to absorb them all.
Yeah. And I mean, there are priority boxes that are all different sizes that are not flat rate, and those you can look for at USPS.com also. That you're just paying by weight, evidently, but if you want it to go priority, it'll go priority.
All right, Nadine.
Okay. What do the USPS insiders say about us eBayers or online sellers? Is it more, yay, thanks for giving us business, or, oh my God, it's another crazy seller, I'm going on a break?
No, you gotta remember that, especially with all the post offices where a lot of the smaller ones are cut down in hours and stuff. Every customer brings a package, prepaid or not, we get a scan credit for it. The carrier will actually, during a special account season, will get points for that also. That counts as our volume. So if you guys keep bringing it to your local post office, support them, they are getting the volume credit. So we, mail everything. We don't care. It's perfect for us.
Yep. Now, as a side note, Nellie, I know when I used to work in an office that was in a different zip code, their local post office would, I didn't know this at first, but they told me that they didn't get credit for it unless I put their zip code as the mailing zip code. So I started changing it all the time. And they were happy with it then, but they didn't like it when I put my zip code because they said they didn't get the credit for that. Is that true?
Actually, this email just came out this week. No, that's not true. That might have been true because our scanners are different now. But when you get a package, even if you accept it and it's not, it's pre-stamped and not in your, yeah, we have to take it. We actually got an email now that I guess the question must have been brought up before somewhere in the complaint department.
So you have to take it, but do you get the credit for it at your, okay.
If there's a scan on it, and most of them have barcodes now, so yeah, that office, the scanner actually says zip code, whatever zip code that you're at, whatever you drop it off at. So yes, we are supposed to accept every package that's pre-stamped like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Cool.
Yep.
And I want to let the chat know. I see you guys asking questions. We have a ton. Okay, if you're not on our fan page, Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay, get on it, because when we do have guests, we're going to ask them questions. That's where the questions are going to come from. We're probably going to have more than we're going to have time for. We're about 10 minutes to the hour. So
we're not gonna
please ask us questions there. On these kind of guests, we can't do them on the fly. Okay, into the next question. This is a great question, too. Can I use a flat rate or regional box for regular priority if I cross out the flat rate lettering? Sometimes the size is just right for regular priority.
I'm sure it is. I think maybe where that is coming from is that we do advise you, like if you're mailing a regular package, that you've got a label like from Amazon or something on that. Make sure you cross off all the barcodes and any barcodes on there so it doesn't get sent back to the same place over and over again. No, you can't. If it's flat rate, it's flat rate. That is it. Don't cross it out.
Yep, flat rate is always flat rate. So
we'll know, and you don't want your buyer to be paying extra postage. That makes everybody feel bad.
Yeah, that makes an unhappy buyer. All right, Nay.
Okay, the next one is, does my mailman get extra credit for getting out of his vehicle to pick up my packages that I scheduled for pickup?
That's pretty good if he gets out of his vehicle for it. He will during count. We have a count, any carrier, I guess. There's certain seasons that they have a special count where they actually want to know specifically how much pieces of mail, the carrier picks up, how long it takes wherever. At that time they too, but you have to remember it's going by scans now. So yeah, he does get credit for the volume and for the scan throughout the year. Yeah, you're supporting your local post office. Do it.
All right, Nay, I'm throwing us a curveball. I'm skipping number 11.
You're skipping at 11? Yeah, that's a long one.
Yeah, so I'm going to 12. What, if anything, is it okay to do as a thank you for your carrier? Is it okay to give them cold drinks in the summer, or is there a better option? And I'll add Christmas gifts, Christmas bonus, if you will.
What goes on the route stays on the route. The policy... here we go. The policy says not, and the reasoning before that is that all us postal employees are always serving each customer to the best of our ability. Nobody wants to play favorites, but definitely, I live in the country. I'm not that good a cook. I have lots of produce coming my way. I am taking it. I like my canned, spaghetti sauce and tomatoes. Carriers, I'm not going to speak for them, but you're being kind to somebody. Just realize that they have to treat everybody the same way. So if you're going to give them Christmas bonus, which is wonderful, especially when they drive in the winter out here, they are still supplying the same type of service to everybody. That's just my PR answer. But sure, why not? I mean, they do it. My carriers worked probably like over 26 years, so they know the people, they know the community. They go out of their way at times, especially out here in the winter and when the mailbox is plowed in and stuff like that. So any gesture is appreciated.
Cool.
Jason, I'm gonna skip 13.
All right. Well, here's the deal. I think we should do a show and not take up Nelly's time. We can do a show about shipping. So I'm going to read 2 questions, but we're not going to have you answer them, Nelly, because we know the answers. So we'll go into depth with our viewers. I'm confused about regional boxes versus priority. When do I use regional? When do I use priority? I think we'll do a show where we'll get into that deep because we're 6 minutes to the hour. It is too short.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm good at it. So we're going to pass that. And I think I'll answer this one. I use padded flat rate envelopes a lot, and sometimes they get pretty bulky. I've never had them. I've never not had them delivered, but I have heard that it needs to stay flat or not stuffed. Is that true? I always use the mantra: if it fits, it ships. I'll get. Oh wait, I just asked a question.
Yeah.
Oh, you just threw a cute doggy at us.
Yes.
Guess what her name is? Kahlua.
Oh, nice. Boozer.
Yeah, Sister Tequila Rose.
on the padded flat rates, we all know that if it fits, it ships. You can't alter it, but we've all had problems with, I'll call them rogue USPS employees who don't understand their own policy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming you understand your own policy, Nelly.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so thick or not thick, it's fine. It ships. I use padded all day, every day for giant sweatshirts. All right, Nadine, you can do number 16.
Okay. How many packages must I have to schedule a pickup? Is it okay to change the amount of packages that I have scheduled for pickup, and how late in the day can I schedule my pickup?
You are supposed to schedule USPS.com. I think it's called my PO. You have to schedule it the day before. Any amount that you've got is fine. It doesn't have to. Doesn't have to only be priority. It's first class, standard, whatever now. But it's got to be the day before. You have to have the packages ready when you know your carrier goes by. I think somebody had asked something about, can they wait 5 minutes, or that'll depend on your carrier, but they definitely do not, they really can't go backwards. They can only keep going on their route because they are also on a time schedule and stuff like that. But if you do it the day before, if you know your postal clerk, and it just happens that the carrier hasn't left yet or nothing, you can give them a call, but that's all between you and your local post office. But you've got to have it in the system the day before. They will pick up whatever you've got there. If there's extra ones, I can't see anybody refusing it. Yeah, they have to pick up whatever's there.
Okay. Great.
And I will say that I ship every day, like some of us do. And I had a talk with my postmaster, and there's just a note that says Jason gets a pickup every day. So I don't have to schedule them anymore. And all the postal employees know they come. I do give them cold bottles of water. I do take care of them at Christmas time. If I happen to bump into them when they're picking up cookies, whatever I got, So I take care of them. All right, I got a couple more I want to do before we end the show. What do I do if my package seems to be stuck at a particular facility and is not moving? Great question.
Call your local post office. That's really the best place to do it. We do have, what is it called? We do have, we can put in a request to track the package. It can't be done, this is an internal thing, but sometimes when we put it in internally, it might jog that package loose. Most times, if they're stuck somewhere, it's usually because it was either put in the wrong bin, and the truck or whatever has already left, and because everything is on like a 24-hour clock. So if it's not there, fortunately, we want to get everything out all the time. But it does happen, and you will see sometimes that something will sit in one spot like for 2 or 3 days. But call your local post office, and they can put in a request online, and they'll know what it is. Off the top of my head, my brain just went dead, but. But yeah, that's a way they can also do it. Otherwise, be patient, especially if it's not priority. If it's first class or standard, things happen, and we try and get it there faster, but it happens.
All right, hit it now.
What question are we on now?
18.
Okay. Sorry, we skipped around a little bit there. So, what does the new rules for fragile work now? How does the new rules for fragile work now? I ordered the new labels today, and I wonder what I need to add. Charges to my shipping price when I ship it out. Can you tell us what the special handling? Can you tell us what special handling a package with the new 10.45 fragile service gets? I'm not familiar with that, so.
It was a
shed
new
some light
thing
on
they
that.
came out with, and it's just if you're using this yellow label. So if you're writing fragile on it, or I think you have your the regular red fragiles that you might pick up at a Staples or something, that does not provide the same service. It's a yellow label. It costs extra. It gets put in a separate bin. But you know, if I'm talking as a thrifter, I would just say don't use the yellow labels. Just mark it fragile. People are going to be careful with it anyway. That's just my opinion. But yeah, it was a new thing that came out, and it did get confusing because people didn't know if they needed. There's two different kinds of fragile, evidently. So the ones with the yellow label, that's the ones that you pay extra for. It will be put in a separate bin, just like priorities and stuff.
Okay.
All right, cool. We are at the top of the hour. I'm going to do 2 more questions. So, Nay, I'm going to do 20, and you can do 21. All right.
Okay.
I have a question as a curious Canadian, and we have a lot of Canadian friends and fans.
Oh, yeah.
We do not get free shipping supplies here at all. Boxes and envelopes cost a lot at our post office. Do the free envelopes and boxes actually help increase sales? Are they a point of contention in terms of cost cutting?
No. The flat rate are good for you if the poundage, you know, if you have something heavyweight and you need it, do it the flat rate. I don't know why they're not free there. I know Canada's got prepaid envelopes and packages you can buy, and I'm not sure if that would be equivalent to it. But you know, it's just a convenience for the customer, really. You know, I mean, yeah, we're getting the priority postage sales, but we can't, you know, make you guys decide what you want to pay on it. So it's just it's a nice gesture. You know, it's flat rate. You know what it's going to cost. You know what to tell your buyers. You know that it'll be, and if it fits, it ships great.
And then our last question.
I don't know anything about Canada, so I'm sorry.
Our last question. You're on, Nay, for number 21.
Yep. What happens to my package after it has left my post office? And
I will be glad
to your question.
And who submitted that? Oh, our guest did.
Just to clarify things, just a little, you know. Okay, so the carrier, whatever, gets in at a certain time. Let's say it's 3 o'clock. You're open until 4 o'clock. The truck that picks up your mail or packages from us will come like at 5. Okay, so when we get the packages, we sort it out. Priority, standard, media, first class, all the letters and stuff. The postal system in a single day, and not my post office, but in a single day, processes over 500 million pieces of packages, letters, mail a day. That's a day. When I read that, I was like, ooh, okay. So anyway, so it leaves your post office sorted. It goes on a rack. The rack goes onto the truck. The truck goes into the nearest drop-off station as it goes along and picks up all the other postal places on the way. From that point, it gets sorted again at the local one, which is our case is Rockford, and it's only about an hour or so away. Then from there, it goes to usually your nearest airport. There it also gets again sorted out into different bins, and as we're doing this, it all gets piled up with all the other cities and areas that also drop off there. Then hopefully it'll get picked up to the major distribution center. Again, it processes it the same way, and then it goes to, you know, by plane or whatever, to whatever state that you're in. It'll stop at that distribution center. From there, they sort by zip codes. They'll do like the first 3 digits first. That'll go in one spot. It'll get to the next station. That 3-digit place will sort it by actual individual zip codes, and then it'll finally get traveling over to your local post office, all by the next morning. Yeah.
That is awesome. I've never heard it just spelled out so nicely before. That was beautiful.
That's great, yeah.
I mean, it goes through a lot. So when somebody comes and says that, oh, I got my package, but it was like I wanted 3-day priority. It came on the 4th day, and I said, well, that's good. I'm glad you got your package. There you go. Always be grateful you get your mail. If I don't have it, I can't deliver it. I'm sorry. But if it gets to us, all your postmasters and carriers will certainly get it to you as soon as they can.
That's awesome. All right, we loved you, Nelli. That was what a
Thank
great
you.
guest. And I got to tell you, you were probably not watching the chat, but when you first came on, everybody was enamored with your kitchen.
Yeah, everybody loves your kitchen.
We might have to have you back and give us a tour of your kitchen.
Good. I'll let my husband know. He thinks it's cluttered. But there we go.
Great colors.
All right, cool. We are a little bit past the hour, and I actually have to go meet some people in town who are here for an e-commerce conference. So the fun never ends here in Vegas. So, all right, you saw the contest. It happened throughout the show. You had to be paying attention. Message us the 5-word statement at the Thrifty Business with Jay and Nate fan page, and tomorrow at some point, and we will give you a heads up, we will do a live drawing on the air. You don't have to be watching to win. If you win, I will be messaging you later. So, for me, I'm Vegas Jay.
And I'm actually Jersey Nate tonight.
And Nelly, thank you. You are a rock star guest. We will have you on again. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Click like, subscribe. Have fun thrifting. Peace out. I'll see you at the bar.
Thanks.